see everybody here. It may look like a small crowd, but it's a mighty crowd. And several of us have news that has taken place in the last week or two. Some of you are aware that I've been trying to get one particular doctor to buy Mulingburg since before the hospital closed. And the good news is that his staff called me last week asking was there anything to help that they could do, and to let us know that his personal assistant is going to the Mulingburg Nursing School right now. And today, a lovely Jamaican woman called and basically gave me a sermon all about Lazarus rising from the dead and how faith, like a grain of a mustard seed, and then asked me what could they do to help us serve our community. And they wanted to know, what do you need? Can we give you pamphlets, health education materials? So I asked for DVDs so we could maybe get together and watch some of his lectures ourselves and really understand this man's vision for medicine. And I really hope Dr. Eric Braverman will come to Plainfield and will take over Mulingburg Hospital and run it as a state-of-the-art integrative medicine facility. That has always been my goal. I have a saying, we don't want what we had, we want what we need. Long before they closed that hospital, we were underserved. Long before they closed Mulingburg, there was a lot that wasn't being addressed in this community. And while some of us were trying to improve what we had no idea that other people were taking what we had away. It was really shocking. No one really believed that anyone would ever take Mulingburg Hospital and replace it with absolutely nothing. Now, I've always been concerned about the history of clinical trials and medical experimentation on vulnerable populations. And pharmaceutical industry is more significant in New Jersey than oil is significant in Texas. So whether we know it or not, we are in the center of the pharmaceutical state, and new laws about clinical trials require diversity. I'm very concerned that whatever solution comes to take the place of the healthcare we lost, it may require people to submit themselves to experimentation. So what I've done is sort of get ahead of it, and we're trying to open an ethnopharmacology institute here where we're going to allow ourselves to test alternative medicine drugs and native cures. And the first one will be for sickle cell. And if anybody has ever known anybody with sickle cell, it's a horrible, brutal, painful existence, and often a young death. And this is the only sickle cell cure in the world, and it is owned by the Nigerian government and the Nigerian people. And some of you know that I'm really concerned that search engines hurt us as a city, because people just can't tell negative stuff fast enough. Every time you log on, it's all about crime or accusations. I can love to see the day when the delegation from Nigeria comes to Plainfield and wants to see the children and the people that they've been able to save. I think it's absolutely fantastic that Dr. Ramesh Pandey, he lost everything trying to make this deal. That's a part of the country, it's very hard to work. There's a lot of complications, but I think this is his mission in life, is to be the man that stops sickle cell from being a scourge all around the planet. All the children of Africa and of the Mediterranean seem to have it sprinkled through their population. So that's one piece of good news. We have the possibility for jobs. I wouldn't even think that I could be a successful mayor of this city if I could not bring jobs here. I really thank my freeholder candidate, Hope Thompson, for traveling with me all summer as I looked for people who would bring jobs to Plainfield. We were up in Sedona, Arizona, and we were down in Sarasota, Florida. And we were really trying to sell Plainfield to anyone who would listen. Well, the good news is it wasn't a hard sell until they went home and put Plainfield in a search engine. And we just have to understand that the good things are not being publicized. And all of us should really make an effort to make sure that Plainfield is known for something other than, bad deeds and, things you really don't want to talk about. And I know that some of you here have known me since I was 11 years old, and some of you don't know me at all. So I was going to ask any of the people who are not part of our long-term family Are there any specific questions that you would like to ask? Well, wow. I know we're the great communicators, but there was a time when nobody even believed us when we told them that the hospital wasn't broke and that it wasn't the immigrants and the uninsured that had actually caused the demise of Mulingburg. So the other good news is I'm an artist and a musician, and I'm working on a script. And I have somebody interested in it, and it's called The Ghost of Mulingburg. And it is a chance for us to display our city through a music video. We can show people our beautiful Cedar Brook Park, all our historical homes, and all of the wonderful sights in this town as part of an entertainment presentation. And I'd like all of you to think, as hard as we have fought to be soldiers in this war against injustice, I hope some of you will join me in my first production as, I guess, what do you call it when people make theater? Will I be a producer? I guess I'll be a producer. Well, I'm really looking for it, and I hope some of you can dance, and because we aren't just auditioning children, we'll need adults too. And I really just want to say to everybody, no matter what happens tomorrow, we need to have faith. We are all sitting here today, are most of us people who have a strong faith in God. All the people without faith gave up long, long ago. And we need to have faith that no matter who wins this election, who becomes the mayor or the assembly person or the governor, that we will hold them accountable. I mean, we've been practicing holding people accountable for about 2 years now, and we're getting better at it. And I think it doesn't really matter. I am not upset that the Republicans are putting forth the biggest fight of their lives. I wish they would do this every year from now on. My only fear is that this is it and they'll stop. I think it's very important that we have a vibrant two-party system. I don't have to win in order to be a winner. And I think it's very important that we understand that we can't have one party and a lackadaisical electorate and get out of the trouble that we're in. So I don't want anybody to have any hard feelings towards anybody about anything anyone did or did not do, because all of us are trying to bring back our community. And we see things differently. If you remember the Civil Rights Movement, remember it wasn't just Martin Luther King, and it wasn't just Malcolm X. There were all kinds of people, and many of them didn't like each other. And you know, unity is a farce. If you have to have unity before you accomplish anything, you'll never get out the house. Everybody was not meant to get along. Everybody will never understand each other. Everybody will never all work together. We just have to make sure that there's more positive cooperation than there is sabotage and dissent. And I just want to thank everybody who has stood with me in one of the most difficult experiences of my life. Many of you know I lost my mother and buried her the day of the first Mulingburg hearing. So I had no time to weep, no time to mourn. I had to come down from that cemetery, go to the high school to the hearing, and begin to fight to do what my mother asked me to, which is to save Mulingburg Hospital. Thank you.